Most people think leg cramps are just dehydration or getting older, but new research shows they're often an early warning, a sign your body is low on the nutrients that keep your muscles communicating properly. Once those electrical signals start misfiring, you don't just get cramps, you slowly lose balance, stability, and strength. The worst part? It happens quietly for years before you even notice. A study by the National Institute on Aging found that over 60% of adults past 50 lack at least one nutrient tied to muscle spasms and cramps. Today, we are uncovering the 7 powerhouse vitamins and minerals that stop those painful leg cramps at their root and rebuild lasting leg strength from the inside out. And when we reach number 1, you'll see why scientists call it the most underrated nutrient for muscle control, one that may stop cramps faster than anything else ever tested. In fact, a large-scale study found that adults who restored all 7 of these key nutrients cut their leg cramps nearly in half within just 12 weeks. By the end, you won't just know what causes those cramps, you'll know exactly how to switch them off for good, naturally, from the inside out. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Number 7. Vitamin D. Ever notice how your legs feel heavier some days? Like every step takes more effort than it should? That sluggishness isn't just tired muscles. It's often the first hint your body's running low on vitamin D. This isn't just the sunshine vitamin. It's the chemical switch that tells your muscles when to contract and your bones how to stay strong. When those levels drop, your fast-twitch muscle fibers, the ones that keep you steady when you trip or turn suddenly, start to weaken. That's why your balance slips, your reaction time slows, and stairs suddenly feel steeper than they used to. Research on older adults shows a clear pattern. Those with healthy vitamin D levels have stronger legs, quicker reflexes, and far fewer falls. Low D means slower signals, weaker contractions, and less control. Exactly the recipe for nighttime cramps or wobbly steps. The reason deficiency is so common is simple. As we age, our skin stops making vitamin D efficiently. We spend more time indoors, and even sunscreen, while important, blocks the UV light that triggers production. Over time, that gap widens until the body's reserves are almost empty. The fix doesn't need to be complicated. 15 to 20 minutes of early morning sunlight on your arms and legs. A few servings of oily fish like salmon or sardines each week. Or, if you rarely get sun, a modest D3 supplement of around 800 to 1000 IU daily can rebuild what's missing. And once your levels climb back up, you'll feel the change. The stiffness eases, balance steadies, and even your energy feels cleaner, like your body finally remembered how to move smoothly again. You've restored the signal. Now it's time to rebuild the structure. Number 6. Calcium. Every step you take, every time you stand tall, there's one mineral doing the heavy lifting behind the scenes. It's the element that hardens your bones and powers every muscle contraction, quietly holding you up, one movement at a time. But here's what most people don't realize. With age, your body starts losing it faster than it can replace it. The result? Bones that grow fragile and legs that don't feel as stable as they used to. Sometimes it shows up as stiffness, sometimes as painful nighttime cramps that seem to come from nowhere. Your body needs this mineral every single day to rebuild that foundation. You'll find it in foods like yogurt, cheese, leafy greens, almonds, and sardines. Simple, real food that your body recognizes. And remember the earlier vitamin, the one that worked like a signal switch? That's what helps your body absorb and deliver this mineral where it matters most, straight into your bones. In fact, a Harvard Medical School study found that older adults who combined adequate intake of this mineral with vitamin D and light exercise had 62% fewer bone-related injuries and leg cramps over a 6-month period compared to those who didn't. Now, if your diet falls short, you can use supplements, but balance is everything. Too little and your bones weaken. Too much, and it starts to collect where it shouldn't, in your kidneys or arteries. Most experts agree the sweet spot is around 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams per day from both food and supplements combined. But here's something even more surprising. This mineral doesn't strengthen your bones by itself. It needs movement to come alive. Every walk, every stair climb, every time you lift something. That's the signal your body uses to send it straight into your skeleton, reinforcing it from the inside out. Number 5. Vitamin B12. If your legs feel heavy, shaky, or slow to respond, it's not always the muscle's fault. Sometimes, the problem starts with the wiring. Your nerves are the electrical network that keeps your legs moving on command, and vitamin B12 is the current that keeps that system alive. When your B12 levels drop, those nerve signals begin to fade. The messages from your brain slow down or get lost entirely. That's when you feel the tingling, the numbness, or that strange dead weight in your legs. It's a silent failure most people never notice until it's advanced, and it's frighteningly common. As you age, your stomach produces less acid, the very thing your body needs to absorb B12. Add in common medications like antacids or metformin, and absorption falls even further. That's how millions of older adults slowly lose nerve function and mistake it for just getting older. But here's the truth, it's preventable. A 2017 clinical study published in the Journal of Neurology found that restoring vitamin B12 levels improved lower limb nerve conduction by nearly 30% in adults over 60, proof that your body can rebuild what it's lost. You can get B12 naturally from foods like eggs, fish, and dairy. Vegetarians can rely on fortified cereals or plant milks. And if your digestion isn't great, sublingual tablets or periodic B12 injections bypass the gut entirely, sending it straight into the bloodstream. When those levels come back up, the difference is obvious. Quicker reflexes, steadier steps, and that solid, grounded feeling when you stand. It's like your legs remember how to listen again. But even when your nerves are firing perfectly, your muscles still need one thing to stay calm, the mineral that keeps them from cramping or locking without warning. Number 4. Magnesium. You know that sudden jolt, the kind that tightens your leg so hard, it feels like the muscles locked in a vice? That's not bad luck or dehydration. That's your body running out of the mineral that tells muscles when to let go. Magnesium isn't about strength, it's about control. Every muscle fiber in your body depends on it to relax after a contraction. Without enough of it, your muscles don't rest. They stay half tight, half tired, always on edge. That's why cramps strike at night, when your body is supposed to recover. Here's the part most people miss. Magnesium drains fast, stress burns through it, caffeine flushes it, and common medications, like diuretics or blood pressure pills, can quietly strip it from your system day after day. A 2020 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults with low magnesium levels were twice as likely to experience recurring leg cramps and muscle stiffness, yet most of them had no idea they were deficient. The fix is simple, but it takes consistency. Foods like pumpkin seeds, spinach, almonds, black beans, and avocados are packed with it. And if you're still running low, magnesium glycinate or citrate are the most easily absorbed supplements, gentle on the stomach, steady in effect. Once your body starts replenishing its stores, you'll feel the shift. Muscles loosen, recovery speeds up, and your legs stop waking you up in the middle of the night. It's not just relief, it's rhythm returning to your body. You might think the story ends here, but the next discovery changes everything you know about leg strength. Number 3. Potassium. Potassium is one of the most underestimated minerals for leg health, yet it controls nearly every movement your muscles make. Inside each muscle cell, potassium balances electrical charge, allowing contractions and releases to happen smoothly. When levels drop, those electrical signals misfire. That's when cramps, trembling, or that shaky feeling after standing too long begin to appear. This imbalance doesn't just make your legs uncomfortable, it directly affects coordination and endurance. A 2021 study published in the European Journal of Physiology found that adults with adequate potassium intake had 30 to 35% better neuromuscular control and significantly fewer nighttime leg cramps than those who were even slightly deficient. Potassium's influence extends beyond muscle control. It helps neutralize acids that break down bone tissue, keeping both your muscles and skeleton in sync. That's why potassium-rich diets consistently show lower risks of weakness, stiffness, and falls in older adults. The best approach isn't complicated. Whole foods like sweet potatoes, beans, spinach, avocados, and oranges provide steady potassium that the body can easily absorb. Even a medium-baked potato, skin on, contains more potassium than a banana. Most women need about 2,600 milligrams daily, and men around 3,400 milligrams, which can be met through diet alone. However, anyone with kidney problems or taking certain blood pressure medications should confirm intake levels with a doctor before supplementing. As potassium levels normalize, nerve signals regain precision, muscles relax on cue, and that unsteady heaviness gives way to a stronger, more stable stance. Balance is restored, but without the next nutrient, that stability won't last. Number 2. Vitamin K. Calcium builds the structure. Vitamin D delivers it. But without vitamin K, none of it ends up where it should. This nutrient works like a traffic controller, guiding calcium into bones and steering it away from arteries and soft tissue. When vitamin K runs low, that system breaks down. Calcium starts drifting into the wrong places, stiffening blood vessels, tightening joints, and making your legs feel heavier over time. Vitamin K's job doesn't stop there. It activates proteins that lock calcium into bone tissue, improving density and flexibility at the same time. Research published in the British Journal of Nutrition 2020 found that older adults with higher vitamin K intake had over 25% greater bone strength and far fewer mobility issues compared to those who were deficient beyond bone health. Vitamin K also supports smooth joint movement by calming low-grade inflammation around the knees and hips. One reason consistent intake often leads to easier, more fluid walking. You'll find it in simple foods. Leafy greens, like spinach, kale, and collards provide vitamin K1. Fermented foods such as natto or aged cheese supply vitamin K2, the longer-lasting form your body holds onto. If you're taking blood thinners, talk to your doctor before increasing intake. Otherwise, one serving of greens or fermented food a day can quietly strengthen bones, protect circulation, and keep every step feeling smoother. You've rebuilt the engine. Now the final key gives you full control. Number 1. Vitamin B6. Every movement starts as a signal, a single pulse from brain to muscle. When that signal weakens, strength disappears, not because your body's broken, but because the connection is. Vitamin B6 restores that connection. It's the switch that makes your muscles listen again. Every time you move, B6 helps your nerves send clear, instant signals to the muscles that execute them. When levels drop, those signals lag, muscles misfire, recovery slows, and that dull, lingering fatigue sets in, the kind that feels like you've lost strength even when you haven't. This vitamin also builds red blood cells, the oxygen carriers that keep your muscles alive through effort. With too little B6, oxygen delivery drops, and your legs start to feel heavier with each step. A 2019 review in Nutrients showed that restoring healthy vitamin B6 levels improved nerve conduction and reduced cramp frequency by nearly 50% within just 4 weeks. And another 2019 study in the Journal of Nutritional Science found that adults with low B6 levels were 47% more likely to suffer recurring leg cramps, while restoring it stabilized the reflex that tells a muscle when to relax. In other words, it doesn't just stop cramps, it retrains your nerves to prevent them in the first place. You'll find B6 naturally in foods like salmon, chicken, chickpeas, potatoes, and bananas. Most adults need only 1.5 to 1.7 milligrams per day, easily covered through food, though a small supplement can help if absorption is poor. Once your levels normalize, everything clicks. Movement feels smoother, balance steadier, recovery faster. Your legs don't just move, they respond. When these 7 nutrients work together, they don't just strengthen your legs, they rebuild the entire system that keeps you moving. Muscles fire when they should. Nerves communicate instantly. and every step feels supported from the inside out. That's not luck or age reversal. It's your body finally getting the balance it's been missing all along. Weak legs, cramps, or balance issues aren't signs of aging. They're signs your body's running low on its own repair system. Each of these 7 nutrients is a piece of that system. One fuels strength, another restores balance, another reconnects your nerves. But together, they do something far more powerful. They retrain your body to move the way it was meant to. You don't need miracle cures or endless pills. You just need to give your body what it's quietly been asking for: the right nutrition, a bit of movement, and consistency. That's how you rebuild strength that lasts. Because when your body has what it needs, cramps stop, balance returns, and every step, no matter your age, feels like your body finally working with you again, not against you. So if you've been searching for real, science-backed solutions, not quick fixes, this is where it starts. And if you want to keep learning how to stay strong, mobile, and independent for life, subscribe. Not for another health video, but for the kind of knowledge that actually changes how you live. Stay strong, stay independent, because your legs aren't just for walking, they're what keep you moving forward in life. Thanks for watching.